Hello everyone, I am back. Sorry I'm hearing some noise, I guess it's just the wind. Alright, let me update you on what I've done. I was supposed to work on the shop this weekend, getting things cleaned, organized, all of that. But my helper didn't show up and of course didn't even bother to call and let me know. So because I didn't have a helper, I changed plans and decided to make a bonsai trip down to basically Austin, Texas, and get the molds for the C6 to C2 conversion. So if you look in the back of my truck here, there's all the molds, and it is overflowing with molds. Every one of these is heavy, so it was a lot of work getting all this in here. My initial plan and the reason why I got the enclosed trailer was to put all those molds in there. The concern was them blowing off, although they're heavy enough. I didn't think that was going to be an issue, but that would really have sucked to be driving along and all of a sudden see a mold take off. So, but believe it or not, the two big ones would not fit in the trailer because of the dimensions. I didn't think about height, so it would fit, but it wasn't tall enough. So anyway, it was an issue. Got it in there, tied it down. Actually ran this rope under in between here, and an hour into the trip I decided to stop and check, and it had torn the ropes, broken the rope. Apparently there's something sharp underneath there. I didn't bother to check. I was tired. I just wanted it tied down so it wouldn't fly away. All right. Looks like everything made the trip all right, although the pads did. I had pads in between all of this so it wouldn't scratch up the molds. Looks like the pads moved. Hopefully it didn't damage any critical areas, because every scratch or whatever in the mold is going to show up in the parts. Since I had an empty trailer, decided to grab everything I could. So there's a compressor. Actually, there's two of them there. Neither one works right, if I remember right. I had a big upright compressor and it died doing the C8 to C2 conversion, and it was too big to move and I knew it was dead. These two I think are close to working, but I'll have to see. This big tote is full of body work supplies. Let's see, I've got a mobile workbench in there. There's a couch in there so that I can sleep in the shop if I need to, and I probably will. And then I had already put the hood and mold and the door molds in here before I decided everything else wasn't going to fit. They needed to go because they're all lightweight enough that they actually could have flown away. All right, so now I gotta make room for everything. I still have the wood here to make the second mezzanine. I have the one mezzanine up there that is 8 foot off the ground. The 5-axis mill is coming with the body, so I've got to make room for it. It requires 10 feet 2 inches of vertical clearance. So the next platform mezzanine that I'm going to make here has to go up at least 10 feet 2 inches, which is a couple of feet higher than the one that's there. So I'm going to have to do an offset and put that up. And that'll get a lot of this stuff off of the ground level. I'm going to go to Harbor Freight and get a toolbox, a rolling toolbox. That's going to take up more shop space. So the Delahaye body's coming, the 5-axis mill is coming, and the C2 Grand Sport is coming. So I've got to make room for it. What else? This chassis is going to have an interior made off of it. The body needs to come off. There's no reason to ship the body there and back. So that's got to go into my other storage area. The Vader, I was planning on having those kids that were going to help me do it. None of them has shown up. Well, one of them did. But I needed them here a lot. There were total of 4 that were said they would come help. Anyway, without them, I don't have the time to do this project along with the other ones. So that's going to go off into storage. That'll make room for the Delahaye. When I'm done, the Delahaye will be here. The C2 Grand Sport and all its parts, and it has a lot of parts. And all its parts are going to be here. And then the molds for the C6 to C2 are going to be here. Once those molds are done, and that'll take me probably a week or so, at some point I've got to get that C6 in here. So conceivably there would be, in the near future, 3 cars here. So we'll see what happens. Right now I just got to get stuff unloaded and start making room. The front office needs to be cleared out as well. It's full of office furniture. So that's where I'm at. So the next couple of days will be cleaning, organizing, making room, and getting everything ready. All right, so go ahead, like, subscribe, hit the alert, hit the thanks if you want to donate. And if you don't like what I'm doing, you don't know Jack. Bye.